Based on the New York State Notary Public Law, which of the following statements are accurate? Let's have a look at these four statements. Statement 1 says, a person who violates Judiciary Law Section 484 by practicing law without a license is guilty of a felony. Now, is this correct? To help us answer this question, let's have a look at the Judiciary Law Section 484 found in the Notary Public License Law booklet. It's entitled None But Attorneys to Practice in the State. And I won't read through the entire paragraph, but as the header makes it clear, only attorneys can practice. Notaries public who are not attorneys cannot practice law. And the penalty for this, as laid out in Section 485 below here, is any person violating the provisions of 478, 479, 480, 481, 482, 483, or 484, which is what we just read from, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. So back to Statement 1, this is incorrect because Statement 1 says that the person is guilty of a felony, but in actuality it's a misdemeanor. So let's put an X next to number 1 to signify that this is not accurate. Statement 2 states, a notary public who charges more than the statutory fee for an oath is liable for treble damages to the aggrieved person. Well, is this accurate? To answer that, let's have a look at Section 67, found in the Notary Public License Law booklet, entitled Fees of Public Officers. And if we skip to Section 4, it states, an officer or other person who violates either of the provisions contained in this section, and this provisions, by the way, have to do with the fees that a notary's public can charge. So back here again, if they violate the provisions contained in the section, they are liable, in addition to the punishment prescribed by law for the criminal offense, to an action in behalf of the person aggrieved, in which the plaintiff is entitled to treble damages. So based on what I just read from, Statement 2 is indeed an accurate statement, so we can put a check mark next to it. Statement 3 states, issuing a false certificate as a public servant with intent to defraud is a Class E felony. Well, is this accurate? Well, to determine this, we can have a look at the paragraph in the law dealing with issuing a false certificate, which is 175.40, found in the Notary Public License Law booklet. And here it details what issuing a false certificate is. And we see indeed that issuing a false certificate is a Class E felony. So therefore, Statement 3 is an accurate statement as well. And finally, we have Statement 4, which states, forgery in the second degree, which includes falsifying certain instruments with intent to defraud, is a Class D felony. Well, is this correct? Let's have a look at the paragraph dealing with forgery in the second degree, which is 170.10, found in the Notary Public License Law booklet. And it does state here that forgery in the second degree includes intent to defraud certain written instruments, and it goes through a list of various documents. And we see here that forgery in the second degree is a Class D felony. So Statement 4 indeed is an accurate statement as well. So we know that Statements 2, 3, and 4 are accurate statements. With this in mind, let's have a look at the four choices to determine the solution. Choice A states Statements 2, 3, and 4 only. Well, that is correct, but to be in the habit of looking at all four choices, let's have a look at choices B, C, and D. Choice B states Statements 1 and 3 only. This is incorrect. As I said before, Statement 1 is not accurate, so we can strike out Choice B as a potential solution. Choice C states Statements 1, 2, and 4 only. Once again, we already know that 1 is inaccurate, and as it happens, Statement 3 is accurate, so Choice C is therefore not our solution either. And finally, Choice D states all of the above, Statements 1, 2, 3, and 4 are accurate. Well, as I said before, Statement 1 is not accurate, so therefore all of the above is incorrect, and Choice D is not our solution, which indeed leaves Choice A, Statements 2, 3, and 4 only, as the correct solution.